Last time on my Crynicles.
Who is this girl Samuel's all caked up with on Snapchat?
What? So distance had nothing to do with this?
It's not like that.
How can it not be like that, Samuel?
Have your feelings never changed about anything?
If I have strong feelings about something, real feelings, they can't just change like that.
Sierra!
Eli, hey!
I want us to be friends, see?
I thought that wasn't a good idea. Remember? Isn't that what you said?
I miss you.
Why are you doing this? What do you want from me?
You still sad over Samuel. What happened again?
It doesn't matter. You were right. I'm a pathetic loser.
I never said that.
You might as well have. I'm no trophy. Remember? That's what you said. If I was, you would have kept me, right? But no, it means nothing to have me. Trash. You know, I never thought I had depression because when I think about depression, I think of suicidal people who self-harm. And I was never suicidal. I never thought about purposely hurting myself. But apparently, depression can look a lot of ways. Feel a lot of ways. Sometimes it looks like nothing at all and feel like nothing at all. And I'm finding out there are plenty of ways to self-harm. It can be as simple as you just stop caring about yourself. Think about all the little things you do to take care of yourself. Now imagine doing none of that. Or doing anything you can to distract yourself from feeling sad. Because I didn't spend every day in my bed. Some days I'd feel great. Really great. One day I decided to cut and dye my hair red. I'd make all these plans, do all these things, but let one of those things go wrong. Back to bed. Or a distraction. I met Eli when we were freshmen. I don't think he lived in South, but he'd be around because everybody knew Eli and everybody liked Eli. Myself included. He was cute, nice, funny, super chill, and non-threatening. Exactly what I thought I needed. Thanks for meeting me.
Of course. I'm always down for breakfast. How'd your algebra test go?
Not well.
Uh-oh. What I showed you didn't help?
I thought it did, but I had the same problem in pre-algebra. I'll forget a negative or mix up the number and the whole problem gets screwed up. And now I don't even have the luxury of getting points for my work because everything is Scantron. So I can work on a problem for 20 minutes and not get a single point for it.
Yeah. You either get those points or you don't. It sucks. But in real life, you fuck up a number, you either lose money or stealing money. Then got problems only lawyers can solve.
I can add, subtract, multiply, and divide just fine. That's why calculators were invented. I don't need to know all this other shit to do anything I want to do.
Make movies, right?
Yeah, among other things. When I was a film student at JU, I didn't have to take foreign language or math. But the only way to learn production here is to be a comm or journalism student. And I'm definitely not taking all those J classes. I'll be in school for another 3 years. It's bad enough I have to be here for an extra semester because all of my transfer credits became electives.
Damn, that's whack.
They gave me such a hard time for coming back, too. I had to beg for in-state tuition.
Weren't you only gone for a semester?
Yes, I wouldn't have even been able to apply for photo residency for a full year. But after 5 months, I'm technically no longer a Missouri resident. So where do I live then, if I can't claim either state?
What did they say?
I had to go to the cashier's office and make a case. Her funky ass told me, I can do this for you, but understand, I'm doing you a favor. Bitch, do you need your ass kissed every time you do a good deed for someone? Do you think I'm not gonna thank you for saving me $20,000? Do you want me to cry? Because I'll do it.
They be on power trips, I swear.
And then I had to beg for my diversity award back too. I swear, it feels like I've done nothing but fight for months.
Well, you won. You did it. You're here.
I guess.
I mean, Como isn't the best place on earth, but why do you hate it so much?
I just feel like there's nothing for me here.
Why not try to make something for you?
Like what?
Have you thought about pledging?
Nah, no offense, but I don't think it's really for me.
None taken. It's not for everybody. What turned you off about it?
I'm just not social like that. It looks kind of exhausting.
It can be. But what you put into it is what you get out. All the friends you make, all the good times you have, It would make this place feel a lot more like home. You used to run track in high school, right? Was that not what made school fun for you?
It was. Some of my best memories are with my teammates, but I don't think this is something that could replace track. When you think about it, track is really a solo sport. Even when you're in a relay, you want to know what your split was and if it was better than your last race, regardless of what everybody else is doing. You're racing against yourself. And you can measure that. You can see progress. If I was part of a sorority, I don't know what I'd be doing it for. I'd never make it past the pledging process. Because torture myself for what?
Yeah, pledging is a bitch. You gotta really want it.
And that's the thing I love about track. It is what it is. You either run a run or you don't. You're gonna run every day. So after that first week, if you still wanna run, you're on the team. No one's trying to scare you away. If practice is hard, it's to make you stronger. Because the goal is self-improvement. But is being in a sorority a never-ending social nightmare? Constantly being watched and talked about and talked to and hazed?
We don't haze.
Okay, wild task to prove loyalty. Because the end goal is what? Clout, friends, matching jackets.
Alright, self-improvement. Right now, you feel like you lack the social abilities to withstand all the pledging, the parties, and the events they would demand from you? But imagine being able to handle any social situation, connect with anyone easily, and have an upper hand because of who you know and the growth that you've experienced in your sorority.
It sounds good.
It is good.
And I guess if it was easy, everybody would do it and it would start to lose meaning, so you gotta haze.
We don't haze.
Okay, do something to weed out those who just kinda want it from those who really want it.
Exactly.
And you guys do a really good job because I already weeded myself out. I'd been over to Eli's apartment before a few times, mainly when he'd help me study for math, and one of those sessions ended up with me sleeping over. We kissed once, but that was it. I liked him, but not enough to have sex with him. He had to understand that, right? We only just started talking, if you could even call it that, texting, really, like 2 weeks ago before this. I didn't consider us anything, and I'm pretty sure he didn't consider us anything either. But now he just bought me dinner, and I had no homework. I was just there, in his bed, at midnight. I mean, he was a man after all. He would try me eventually, and I was prepared for that. I'd been brushing Zaire off every time he came to town, but I wasn't prepared about how abrupt and how rough it would actually be. The fingering was out of control. It was like he flipped a switch and became an entirely different person. I wish I was exaggerating in this animation. Why would he think that feels good? At first, I was too shocked to say anything, just trying not to scream while trying to push him off. Somehow he took that as encouragement. Next thing I knew, it was his dick he was trying to stick in me. Sorry, this is another bad episode. I'm going to try to glaze over the whole thing because I know back in chapter 7 was very triggering for a lot of you and me. So, yes. Once again, I said no, and once again, there was a man on top of me who just didn't give a fuck. I messed up, though. Have you ever heard of the expression, 100 no's and yes is still a yes? Well, you can kind of say the same thing about 5. Stop. 3. Wait. 2. I'm not ready. And at least wear a condom. I should have fought him the entire time, like I did Avery, because at least in my mind, I know what that was. But by telling Eli to wear a condom, was this the same situation? If Avery taught me anything, it's that I was not a strong person. I could lay there and beg all I wanted while pushing against him, but sex ultimately wasn't my decision. I was fighting and losing. I should have been screaming. Apparently, if you weren't screaming, it was going to happen. So the least he could do was wear a condom. At the time, I'd never heard of the word coercion, so I didn't know if I could consider it rape because, again, at least wear a condom. Sounds like consent, right? And what really threw me off is what he said right between slipping the condom on and penetrating me.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? Forcing yourself in me, causing me pain, almost fucking me raw? What were you sorry for? Because you didn't stop, and I definitely asked multiple times. But you just went right along ignoring me. And, okay, one could maybe see this coming from Avery. He already showed signs of aggression and a blatant disregard for my feelings. But Eli was a man that appeared to have about as much malice as a teddy bear. I could not believe he was fucking me like this. It's a weird thing to say, but at least when Avery did what he did, he wasn't unnecessarily rough. He wanted me to like it, and sometimes I did, and I'm honestly not sure which is worse. Comparing rape was insane, but if I had to choose an opponent in that moment, I would have chosen Avery. Like I said before, it was normal for sex to hurt me, so I could tolerate laying down and waiting for someone to finish. But Eli just kept flipping me around, changing positions every minute, and his thrusts were unrelenting. He was always so sweet and calm. Where did he learn this violence from? It had to be porn, because what average girl likes this? Do I strike any of you as a person who likes rough sex? Just thankful he wasn't huge. Which could have been why he was trying so hard in the first place, trying to overcompensate with every thrust, maybe. Do men think the goal is to hurt a girl in the climax? You know what really sucks about having low self-esteem? Even when someone has you completely fucked up, you will still find a way to blame yourself. It shouldn't have been hard to understand consent, but it was. And I knew it was firsthand. Because some men gave up easily, and others needed you to be kicking and screaming. So you should have screamed, Sierra. You should have fucking screamed, you idiot. You both would have been humiliated, but at least you wouldn't have felt violated. Eli wasn't like Avery. I seriously doubt he would have covered your mouth or hit you, so this could have all been avoided if you just opened your mouth and screamed. Just one time. He was a socialite. His reputation mattered. Thought of his roommates hearing girls screaming in his room would have been enough to stop him. I'm almost sure of that. But I choked up, got scared, and put up such a weak fight he probably genuinely didn't believe I didn't want it. But that's bullshit, because he still held you down, forced your legs apart, and ignored your protests. But then I'd gone and asked for a condom. People who don't want sex don't ask for condoms, right? Right, because you should have let him get you pregnant or giving you disease. That definitely would have been worth the evidence for a rape kit. Oh, that's right, you're not getting a rape kit because you're a coward. You can't even handle this conversation.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I wasn't, but I decided it didn't matter. This is what I get, right? For thinking I could just start talking to any guy and I'd feel better. I liked Eli, but the feelings paled in comparison to what I still felt for Samuel, so why? What was I doing spending the night? I used him, and he used me right back. Now, remember, self-harm can look a lot of ways. On this day, it looked like me completely ignoring what just happened in favor of me believing we just had some rough sex.
Sierra, you didn't.
We did.
You cannot sleep with guys after they cross. They already think they're the shit. He's never gonna take you seriously now.
I don't think he was going to anyway.
Well, maybe we can save this. How was it?
It was a lot.
A lot?
Like, I've never had sex like that before.
What do you mean?
Like, we switched positions a lot. I couldn't keep up with him.
What? Sweetie pie, Eli was putting it down like that?
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on.
Was it at least good?
I mean, it was different. I couldn't tell her the truth about Eli. How do you tell someone their friend is capable of such a thing? He was known for being cool, chill, and nice. I had trouble accepting what happened, and I was there. So I worried it would be impossible to accept if you weren't. Even worse, she could believe me and want justice on my behalf, which means I would have to face reality and face him in court. He was a theta, which made him a high-profile person, and the last thing I wanted was any negative attention from anyone who paid any attention to them, which was a lot of fucking people. Black Mizzou was a very cliquish group. At least Avery barely had any friends beyond his teammates. Eli was friends with everyone. He didn't have to have my nudes to prove his innocence. If he called me a liar, I didn't stand a chance. They'd call me a Greek thought. mad about being fucked and left unread, then say what else was new. I've heard it before. I had enough things to be said about already without having my name in roughly 1,000 people's mouths. Thank you very much.
Did you buy your Uzi ticket yet?
No, I don't think I'm gonna go. I have class tomorrow.
Oh, now you care about going to class. On the last day?
I also have to kill all of my finals.
And you have all weekend to study.
I have work. Plus, the only song I know by him is Who the Fuck Are You, eh? I don't think that's enough to keep me lit during the whole concert.
It doesn't matter. Come on, we gotta show the world the new badass bitch Sierra with red hair. This will be the perfect event. Everyone's gonna be there. Just buy the ticket.
Fine, but I'm going home right after it's over to study. You know, I thought the whole Eli situation would make me sadder than it did. I was being self-destructive and he'd given me a great reason to feel destroyed. But it was like nothing could overshadow the loss of Samuel. That was clear the second I saw him. That same sick, scorching wave that always struck me every time he was near. I think I hated him right then. Like, really hated this man. Why was I blaming myself when he existed? After all, if he hadn't left such a gaping hole in my heart, I wouldn't have felt the need to fill it with lesser men. And I wouldn't have even been in that situation. If he wasn't sure about me, why did he act like it? Filling my head with pure nonsense about what I was capable of deserving. It's like his presence was mocking me. The embodiment of everything I wanted and would just never have. It was likely that I could meet someone that handsome again, sure. Or someone that thoughtful, or that kind, or that treated me with respect, or can make me laugh and feel safe. But to meet someone who could do all those things, be all those things, holding my breath would be suicide. You know how some people can sense being watched? I've heard it described as an unsettling tingle that just makes them pause and look around. I was waiting for that to happen to Samuel. Apparently, Samuel didn't have that sense. And I didn't either, because I was being watched too. And if I hadn't taken a short break from trying to glare holes into his face, I would have missed it entirely. Shit, I really hope he didn't see how hard I was staring at Samuel because this dude was kind of fine. Wait. Very fine. Shit, he was still looking at me. Oh my god, play it cool. Actually, I'm gonna walk away. Bruh, Merryck, there's that guy again.
What guy?
The one who was staring at me hella hard earlier. He's so blind. Oh my god, shit, he's behind us. Don't look!
Hey, my name's Julian. What's yours?
I'm Sierra, and this is my friend Merryck.
Cool, nice to meet you. So, what are you guys doing after this?
I don't know yet. Merryck, have you heard of any aftermoves?
I thought you said you were going straight home to study for finals, Sierra.
Okay, well, how about you take my number and then text me if y'all do anything?
Yeah, sure. Cool. I think that guy was my soulmate.
What?
I was standing by the bar, glaring at Samuel, like wondering if I was ever gonna find someone like him again. And then I lock eyes with him, Julian. And I swear, God shined a light like, this is your nigga.
It was a spotlight, Sierra. They move around the entire dance floor.
No. I'm telling you, I can feel it. And then him coming over to get my number? Fate. It's fate.
What about Eli?
What about Eli? We haven't even texted today. He spoke to me for like 2 seconds at the concert. He's not even thinking about us. What we could be. I shouldn't have slept with him. Oh well. But, Julian.
I just don't want you to get your hopes up, again.
I'm chilling. You know what? I'm not even gonna text him tonight. So I didn't see him. And when we did talk, I learned he wasn't in Columbia anymore because he wasn't a Mizzou student. Which made sense, because I would have noticed someone that fine walking around campus. Fast forward a bit. I remember thinking I failed both my college algebra and my Spanish final. So I was sitting outside on campus somewhere trying not to cry. And Eli texted me. And once again, that was enough to make me feel the slightest bit better. So I decided to give him another chance. I don't think we should have sex again until we actually start dating.
Okay. Want to do something this weekend?
Yeah, like what?
We could grab Froyo.
Sure. See, all I had to do was communicate my feelings. That wasn't so hard. Eli wasn't a rapist. He just didn't understand consent. My dumbass really thought that would be the end of it. I let my guard down once again and, of course, didn't leave, so he took that as confirmation to try again. I just said we should wait, right? He just agreed to that. Y'all heard that. So why wasn't he just stopping at kissing? Why was he once again taking off my pants and slipping on a condom? And here's how I know exactly what felony he knew he was committing, because after a few thrusts, he apologized and stopped. I don't know if he finally regained hearing or he decided he actually didn't have time to fuck me before he had to go to his graduation, but he did stop. I guess he'd come to his senses. And spoiler alert, we never went on that date. School was over by this point, and we both knew I wasn't sticking around in Missouri much longer, so we didn't talk for the rest of the summer. Being drunk was kind of fun. I was starting to see why all my peers did it so frequently. It was like taking a mental and physical vacation from all your problems. The things that hurt you every waking moment just didn't hurt anymore, even when you were thinking about them, even when you were talking about them.
Hello?
Oh wow, you actually answered.
Sierra?
Hey, how are you?
Are you drunk?
No. I may have sent him a few more texts, and my friends may have deleted his number in my phone to prevent this kind of thing from happening again.
Wow, those were actually pretty good.
Did you expect them not to be?
I just never thought of putting cereal inside of pancakes.
Oh yeah, you can put almost anything in pancakes. Fruit, candy, cereal, bacon, sausage, cake.
Hold up, cake?
The cake ones are the best ones. Carrot cake, strawberry shortcake, sakatumi cake.
Sakatumi cake might be my favorite food. I got to try that.
Remind me next time you're in town.
Well, I'm actually transferring here in the fall, so.
Really?
Yup. Northwestern doesn't exactly have the best football program, so I figured my chances of getting into the league would be a lot better here.
True, we do send players every year.
Do you like it here?
It's okay.
You really know how to sell it.
Well, I left last year because my parents went to Florida, but it was too expensive, so I came back. Couldn't have paid it that much to give it another try, you know?
True.
Most people like it here. I'm just hard to please, I guess.
What don't you like about it?
Bad memories, honestly. It's not really the school's fault.
Hey, you're from St. Louis too, right? What high school did you go to?
Parkway North. You?
Oh, you went to school with Metro Boomin. That's dope. Did you know him?
Oh, yeah. Me and Metro go way back.
For real?
No, I'm lying like a mug. He was like 2 grades above me. We never knew each other.
That's funny. You never know who's gonna grow up and be famous. I went to Pattonville.
Ew, the puke green pirates?
Whoa, don't talk about the Ville like that, though.
Just kidding. My stepsister goes there.
Oh, word, who's your sister?
Jordan Colquitt.
She played basketball, right?
Yeah,
It's a small school. I know pretty much everyone there.
that's cool. Sometimes my friends tell me about folks, and I wonder if we even went to the same school. I don't know none of them kids.
Yeah, you seem like you don't get out much. No offense, it's just I never seen you before and I be up here all the time because of my brother. And he didn't know you either.
Who's your brother? I mean, if he didn't live in South 2013, I can't imagine he would know me.
You hella funny though. I was weak at your Snap story the other day.
Oh Lord, what'd I do?
The walk of shame one, the morning after your birthday.
That was actually my second time getting drunk. Never drinking again.
That's what we all say.
And I was kidding, by the way. I didn't actually sleep with anyone that night.
I figured you wouldn't actually post that if you did.
Hey man, one of my friends told me to delete it, so not everybody thinks like that. I'm just covering all my bases, you know. Samuel probably would have called me a heathen and thought I was a hoe for my little snap joke. But Julian had my sense of humor. We clicked better. I didn't have to watch my mouth around him. I could be myself. We stood and talked in my kitchen for like 2 hours. He didn't check his phone once. Didn't ask to move to the couch or my room, which I was extremely grateful for because according to my personal experiences, only 2 out of 4 men understood consent in college. So the further I kept him from getting too comfortable, the better. I played it off when he left like I forgot that we were standing the whole time, but it was very intentional on my part that I kept him in the echoey kitchen, where my roommates could hear every word, in case I needed to say no or stop, more than once, you know? We started talking semi-consistently after that. He even took me on a date when I was back in St. Louis for a few days visiting my friends. We'd text each other, snap each other, he even called me a few times. Everything was going great. But y'all gotta remember, my life sucks.